references, the teachings on how to practice Avyakt Murli in our daily life. Welcome, Vaishali Ben. Over to you.
Good morning. Om Shanti. Just for a few minutes, let's go in our inner space and dip into the core of my being. I sit relaxed and tap into my silence. And in 1 second, I detach myself from this body and enter into my sweet home. I touch Baba. Fill myself with that power. And in a second, I enter into my body and be in the stage of soul consciousness. Om Shanti. And it's honored to be with you all and share my journey. And I would say I'm not here to give you class or something, but I would like to share with you that what over the last 25 years, this Murli, Avyakt Murlis have helped me to walk through the uneven path, because although it's a journey, the journey is never the smooth journey. So sometimes it's up and sometimes it's down, and we are riding along with Baba on this ride. So of course we have our days. And I would tell you practically rather than we go into, sometimes like some people, when we practically, we are not in that good mode of our self-respect, I would say, or would say, oh, it's not with a good mood. That time and if somebody is giving us a gyan, what normally we want to do is tell them, can you please shut up and don't give me a lecture of gyan. I know gyan. And that's what Baba says. And that's what we have to practice. Now is the time, either a BK or a non-BK. What the world needs is the pure love. And that's what I learned when I came into BK. When I came into this journey, spiritual journey, And I have been like, I have not formally taken any course like that. I've been to Mount Abu and I took course. And after coming back, uh, the Nimit brother who introduced me with PK, he used to read for me Murli, and he used to give me bundles of old Murlis, and he used to tell me that you read, and if you don't understand, you ask me. And that's how my spiritual journey started. But when the big difference I found in Avyakt Murli and the Sakar Murli while practicing, because over my journey, I was in the bondage because my family wasn't happy that I be in this journey because I came in a very early age. So I had abundance of opportunity to use Gyan in my practical life. So first and foremost thing, what is in today's Murli, I think so you are going to read today's Murli after this class. So in today's Murli, Baba talked about mind, body, relationships, and how do you see where you are in your spiritual journey and what are the parameters. So the first parameter he talked about is your body. And one of the challenges I had was that because in Mumbai, I am from Mumbai, and in Mumbai, the pollution is at the top of the world. And I used to get asthmatic attacks like after 15 days. So weather wasn't ever suitable for me. So that's what I felt when I came to US. Oh, I'm in heaven. So before coming to Gyan, and in today's Murli, what Baba says that when you do not repeat or relate this to anybody, that I am a sick, once you stop doing it, you stop being an embodiment of it and you stop feeling it. And one thing is to have illness, and one thing is to feel illness and feel that pain. So that's about the body's pain. So, and I practiced it. How I practiced it, and one day I was sharing, we were chit chatting, and I was sharing with New York Mohini Ben this, and she was having her lunch, and I was sharing with her, and Mohini Ben was interestingly, she was listening to me, and then she said that this is a good practice to learn from Murli. Is what I did is, because the family was eating all onion garlic, because I'm from Gujarati family, so not other problem, but that onion garlic was the question. So in one of the Murli, that's what today's Murli Baba said, that whenever you are having your food, give the vibration, and when you give that vibration and that healing vibration and offer that to Baba. So this is what I actually practically used to visualize, and still I do that. That I take my plate in front of Baba, I feel that he is just throwing abundance of light in my plate, and all the energy which is not required for this body, it's going away, and this food has become a medicine for me. And that's how I started consuming food after coming into Baba's Gyan and using Murli's point. And miraculously, a girl who would visit hospital every 15 days, my frequency of visiting to the doctor has decreased tremendously. And now, after 6 months also, I wouldn't go and see the doctor. And doctor used to say that what happened, what miracle happened. And that's what I learned, that because I was experimenting. And because, when you are young, you are educated, you don't want to take Gyan at the face value. So you want to experiment. So I was under the experiment mode for at least 6-7 months. So that's what I did. And that's the miracle which has glued me to this knowledge. Second thing which has glued me this Murli, Avyakt Murli point is to experience that silence. So silence is opposite to Vaishali. That's what the situation was like. It was very hard for me that I can keep quiet, and especially not positively quiet. Also, I was very straightforward, and that was one of the reason I wasn't liked by the community, and that matters a lot. I'm telling you honestly, you are BK or not BK. You want to be loved and liked by the all. We like that. We like that feeling that people loves me, people likes me. We feel comfortable in that feeling of being liked and loved. And nothing wrong in that, but it doesn't happen all the time. And especially when you are so far away from your self-awareness that who am I, the frequency of breaking that liking and not liking and going into the cycle of that sorrow and that fight within, that frequency is quite a lot. So that's what I realized. When somebody introduced me to the concept of Atma, soul, so I would like that Atma word more than over the soul, because Atma has really drilled. I have experienced that I have drilled myself so deep within myself that I feel that connection with my core. And that's what I loved. And that has made so easy for me to go into that core silence. And I started loving it. And after 6 months, I started practicing this silence. A miracle happened. And that miracle was that my whole vibration was felt in the environment by so many people. People started asking me, hey, something wrong with you? Or why you are, okay. That is how they take, right? When you are quiet and you are in silence, and that's how, oh, is something wrong with you? That's the culture. But one thing they realized that Vaishali has changed 360 degree. But in that deep laboratory of my self-awareness, one thing Baba has made so clear to me, that the closer you are with yourself, it's harder for people to break you. The more close you are with yourself and Baba, nobody can break you. And why I'm saying that, because I was challenged by the community, by my family, where the environment has a very high bar for how the female should behave, how the girl should be, and this is a time to get married, so this is what you do. So in that environment where there is no logic support, I did need that strength, and you cannot. That is one of the things which I have realized by Baba's Murli, that Swaman. So many hours and hours I used to, like in disguise, I used to go to the center, and I used to sit in Baba's room, and I used to look into Baba's eyes, and I used to talk to Baba and say that, Baba, why I am so much in fear? And that's what Baba talked about in Saturday's morning. Why am I scared of the society? And why I'm scared that what will happen to me? And that's what Baba even talked in today's Murli, that what is taking you away from Baba is only you. And when you know and connected more to yourself, and you will stay in your Swaman, That's what I mean by nobody can break you. So we, through Avyakt Murli, and what is the difference between Sakar Murli and Avyakt Murli is, the biggest thing is it's like a mirror in front of you. So you can see yourself, and you can give a touch up. That's what Baba said, that when Sakar Murli, when Brahma Baba left body, the education was already done, and whatever is Avyakt Murli is a revised course. And so now revised course is just a touch up. That's how I see that. Okay, like that idol is ready, Murti is ready. Now you are giving a touch up. So that Avyakt Murli is a touch up. And that touch up is a very, very subtle touch up, because sometimes it takes a long time to go into that sharpness and that minuteness to decorate an idol. And that is what Baba is taking. Why Baba has taken so long, and we have been listening so long this Avyakt Murli, because there are so much minute and very subtle changes which require by we children, which we can do in a faster pace with the help of Avyakt Murli. And one of the point which also has helped me practically in my professional life is, again, it is very common, because we are listening, you may be 20 years, 40 years, 10 years, how many years in Gyan. Every day when we are listening, you remember yourself as a soul, and remember Baba, remember yourself as a soul. How easy is that? I suppose everybody would agree that it's doable, but how much it is in practical way we can practice, especially at work. Being in the professional life, I would say that's what I have practiced, and I have gained a lot of professional benefit to that, because when I look at, even it is a peon, or even it is if he's a peon or any colleague or boss or anybody, it has allowed me to look at them beyond what their behavior is. So I still remember I was chopping a veggie, and somebody I think so, somebody was getting angry on, because I have started speaking very softly. So of course people were getting annoyed by that practice. So like some family member got upset on me. And I remember that touching I received from Baba. Soul is innocent. You do not have to see their behavior. The soul is innocent. Soul is innocent. And that has, again, still I remember, because still I do practice it once in a while when I'm off my way. So that's what also has helped me, that no matter what people does with you, no matter whatever people tells you, or they are not nice to you, but soul is innocent. And that's what has helped me to move on with my present life. And it has helped me to let go what I don't want to be part of my life. And that, I think so, we all agree that we do require that what to hold on to and what to leave, because time is getting so sensitive. People's behavior, world challenges, their reactions, people are getting weak. And that's what we see in here. Like, it is so unpredictable behavior, because all the souls are in pain. And as this time is getting sensitive, people's behaviors are getting sensitive and unpredictable, I should make sure that that's what I realized from Baba's Murli, that Baba said that the more you are in your self-respect, that's going to protect you from the external energy. The more you are connected to Baba's energy, under the canopy of Baba's energy, and all the time remember your spatial role, your speciality. My speciality is, and my self-respect is my protection and my insurance. And that's what happened when this COVID started. Instantly, Baba has opened so many doors of services, so many opportunity of services for all the souls, everyone. And it has brought us in the biggest spectrum, and that's what Baba, it's unlimited. So now you see, we are, although this is class is hosted by whoever, but we all are sitting and everybody from everywhere. So now there is no limit. So this is the reason, and I think so if people don't get it, if Baba's children don't get it, if then he forced you to be in that drama role, that eventually we get it. And I think so this is the time now we have to listen. That's what whenever I'm reading Holy, I'm listening to the signal which I'm receiving from Baba. And that can only happen when we go in our deeper and deeper and subtle consciousness. And that subtle consciousness is only possible if we are again not getting trapped onto who says what and what media says. And that is one of the protection what Baba has given, that what is environment, you are not allowed to influence by the environment. And being Baba's children, if we cannot, we have to be the light. We have to be the example for them. Because when we stay stable, when we are available for them to help to the community, to the soul around, to the family, and that's where Baba has brought us to the stage of service. And that's what also Baba talks a lot about the service plan. As much as Baba has explained in detail service plans in Avyakt Murlis, none of the Sakar, Baba used to give plans of service on Sakar Murlis too, where Baba would give the title, whom to share, what to share, how to plan, how to make the committees. So in Avyakt Murli, Baba has really gave, that's what I feel personally, that you gain the power of leadership and power of management. So Avyakt Murli is also one of the management skill course. That's what I feel personally, that he is really teaching us through meditation and in Avyakt Murli. First of all, in Avyakt Murli, right now, whatever, like in abundance we have in YouTube, so many commentaries. And all those commentaries, if you see, inspiration all come from the Avyakt Murli. So Avyakt Murli has given us a beautiful vision about our future. And why people are getting stuck, getting into the dark hole right now? Because they do not see that beauty, that, and even if you tell them, oh, the new world is coming, Satyug is coming, golden age is coming, they don't need it. Right now, people don't need golden age. People really need instant oxygen of free from fear, insecurity, love, and peace. So this is the time where Baba says, and you see right now, whatever Madhuban Murlis are getting selected, it talks more about purity. it talks more about the refining your consciousness and understanding your body. Where are we investing our body? Health, wealth, happiness, everything. So Avyakt Murli gives us opportunity to go into the subtleness of the knowledge, and also very simple. And that's why, and for double foreigners, it is very easy to grasp and follow Avyakt Murli. So initially, whenever we give courses, we do not start right away with Sakar Murli. First, we start with Avyakt Murli. We go into one paragraph and we go more deep into that paragraph. And that's how they start feeling connection with Baba. And once they understand God, then it's easy for them to understand there is a king and a queen and some this Shiv Jayanti and this, because they don't feel connection. So they could only feel connection through Avyakt Murli. They could feel Baba only through Avyakt Murli. And that's what we have to practice, because you have to serve according to the need of the soil. And that's what Baba said. And yeah, here it's a tough soil, but one of the things is the souls are seeking, they are hungry, and they listen. And I have seen that when we give talk, that's what Baba, whenever especially I have to give a talk, I pick up some Avyakt Murli and then I churn it and I churn it and I make it simple for the person who doesn't know what is soul, what is supreme soul, but the concept of Avyakt Murlis are very easy even to apply universally. So that is one of the things I have experienced to my Avyakt Murli. And another one thing which Baba said in one of the Murli, because I was reading for today's session, I was reading the Murli of 9th of February 76, and it's just like 3 paragraphs. I think so Baba must have taken a break and Baba again must have spoken in the morning something. But it is like just 3 paragraphs of question and answer. And one of the points I would like to read that, and which I briefly mentioned, that Baba said that whenever I'm looking at the weakness of someone, what happens that I come under the influence of that environment. And when I come into the influence of that environment, how it triggers my soul is that it takes me away from my vision of compassion. And when it takes me away from my vision of compassion, then I really go, although I'm in Agyan, I really go into the journey of ignorance. And so Baba said, again, the same point, all the souls are innocent. Everybody is innocent. And at the end of the day, when I sit for meditation, and if I just use this one statement, this line from Baba's movie, that everybody is innocent, just think how much relieved, how much I free myself from the waste. This one, and that's why Baba's versions are millions and millions dollars. And that's what Baba's saying. Only this one statement. And we can go so deep into this. Everybody is innocent. When everybody is innocent, my energy goes into calmness. And in that stability, my vision becomes clear. And when my vision becomes clear, I do see myself clearly, I do see the soul clearly, and I do see the reflection of Supreme Soul's direction clearly. And that's how I would take only this one sentence. Everyone is innocent. Everyone is innocent. This sentence has so many benefits. So many benefits. And when I just go into that smriti, in that awareness that everybody is innocent, that awareness influence environment and influence the soul, and I be free, and I allow that soul be free from the influence their negativity. What a powerful tool. What a powerful tool. So practical and so doable. And that's what Baba said. That is the stage of detached observer. Because unless and until I don't withdraw myself from the drama, either it's my drama or somebody's drama, no matter what. When I know this is not my drama, when this is not my drama, this is not my script, this is not my script, I have no role. And when I do not have a role, I sit in the backstage and enjoy the ride. And this is what I got it. Of course, if we have that energy of that every soul is an innocent soul, it brings the freedom from within, right? And another thing, what Baba said in that line, such a beautiful and every word, and that's why I love Avyakt Murli, because it takes me very close and deep within myself, and that's what I like. I have started liking being with myself after I became Baba's child. Before, I would think that, oh, I have to belong to somebody, I have to be with somebody, but I don't feel that need anymore. I don't feel that need that, oh, I am, and that's what Baba gifted us through Avyakt Murli, that you are complete in yourself. With Baba, you and Baba, it's a complete package. So Baba said one sentence that when your awareness of the powers is emerged, then only you can sit in the stage of detachment. When your awareness that I am a powerful soul and I have all the powers in my control, then only you can. Because you just think that if we don't feel, and people do like to control, I tell you honestly, Lokik, alokik, people, that feeling of control is addictive. It is so addictive. Once you taste it, it's very hard to let go of it. But the same way, if it is your inner control, that too, if you taste it, you do not want to let go of it. So that's what I would take Baba's that point for myself, that when I have power over my inner weaknesses, that my weaknesses never drives me, and I have to make sure that I melt it, I burn it, and I turn it. And when I turn it, it should turn into my own power. And when I feel powerful, I can sit and watch the drama with relaxation. So I think so, Raki, when this is 4:35, right? So any questions? Thank you so much.
Vaishali, when we'll take just some time in silence, just a few moments in silence, and
Okay,
then
sure.
we'll ask the divine sisters and brothers if they wish to ask any questions out of the
Sure.
sharing that you've done. Yeah?
Sure. Thank you.
Vaishali, this has been very insightful out of the experiences that you shared out of your own life, of your journey, and how to practice Avyakt Murli, the importance of Avyakt Murli in our daily life. And I'm sure everyone, including myself, we all are contributed by this. So, yeah, anyone who wishes to ask whatever questions, you may unmute yourself and ask Vaishali Ben.
Shanti. Vaishali, when you made a point that we practice the saman of looking at every soul being an innocent soul, that's something really touched, and would want you to let us know how do we consistently practice this saman of looking at each soul being an innocent soul while anything shows up in the circumstances or situations or relationship with another soul. How do we do that?
So we, what I have practiced, because as I said, because we have our own karmic relationships, karmic bondages, karmic accounts, what you say. So whenever, especially when that comes in the way, like it comes up like at work, at home, and it's one day is not a good day, and you have so much going on, and sometimes we kind of like we go into that that we just lose that awareness. So what happens, like what happened in my life and what I have experienced so far, is whenever any soul is coming across us as a very big challenge, and that's when you get opportunity to practice. So thanks to that soul. And what I'll tell you the practical example of mine. So I had very strong karmic relationship with my father, and I had to practice a lot because he would get angry once he would know that I went to the center. The whole house is in the merry-go-round, right? So whenever I used to see him, and that's how I could tell you that this practice works. Whenever I used to see him, I used to say that this soul doesn't have any issue with me, but my karma with this soul is separate than this soul. So what we do, what is our biggest mistake? We mix both the things together. What happens that we think that, okay, Mr. So and so is like this, my mother is like this, my brother is like this, my sister is like that, this center in charge is like that, this sister is like that. And when we combined it together, that's when we start accumulating more karmic accounts. And when I started segregating it all the time, that reminder, that allowed me to free from that bondage. Okay, now that story doesn't finish there. So my father left body and everything. And I came to America. And I have a soul in my life. Exactly same behavior. So at that time, my penny dropped. And I used to tell them, this is my father, this is my father, this is my father. Because I think so I haven't learned the lesson. So whenever we see anybody, that we have to separate them with their own self-identity, original identity. Why? Why it happens, why it helps you. Then what happens that you understand that I still have not got this lesson. And so this soul is innocent, but this lesson is still to be learned. So separate it. Don't, that's what I did. I don't mix it. I don't make it bilpuri. I keep it separate. The soul is separate. Action is separate. I have no problem with the soul. Okay, let me deal with that. What are the weaknesses which I have to overcome to deal with this? And that's when you see that soul is separate, karma is separate. Don't mix, and that is what the biggest mistake we do. We mix somebody's karma with them. And that's why Baba wanted us to, that's what is he's explaining every day. Consider yourself as a soul, see people as a soul, not their karma, not what we see them from the on their face value. So that will help you to, so just, separate it. So that will help you. So always separate it. See the intention and separate it from them, that soul from the karma. That helps.
Very
Thank you so much.
powerfully you shared this, Vaishali, when that, when we collapse the two things, the body, when we get into the body consciousness, and then we relate it to the karma, and that is where we add on new karmas.
Exactly.
Yeah. And one point that really hit me like a nail in the head is when you said the more you are connected with your own self, the more it is difficult for anyone to break you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've got an answer to something that I was seeking since a very long time.
Yeah.
And yeah,
See,
and
people, the world is here to break you. But when you are connected to yourself, dare not anybody can touch you. I'm telling you that through
yes,
experience.
yes, yeah, I can relate to what you're saying. And Vaishali, when there are a lot of souls, divine souls, who are there in this Avyakt Murli group, English Murli group, who have joined, they are lockdown babies. They are the ones who have joined, they've come into Gyan into the lockdown. They may have not done Rajyoga at the center. They may have not visited the center also. Okay, so they are quite new. Baba says, no, last so fast, fast so first. That kind of souls are there. So there is something that if you can address to them. In fact, there is one sister, Dr. Sujata. She has
Mhm.
written on the chat that, sister, please guide us how to imbibe Avyakt Murli, as I've connected to Baba since lockdown, listening to Sakar Murli. Now, is it right to follow Avyakt Murli?
Um, See, Baba said that if you want to become Lakshmi Narayan, Brahma Baba became Lakshmi Narayan listening to Shiv Baba's Sakar Murli. Okay? So that Murli, and that is why we have 7 days in a week, we have Sakar Murli. Only one day we have Avyakt Murli. Why? You know why? Because many of you who are old souls, they would know. Because when Avyakt Bhavdada started coming, and you see why people are asking why there is so much of difference, because whatever Brahma Baba have done and whatever efforts he made, he he didn't write the book, and he became angelic. He got his angelic form. He reached to his angelic form. But if he would write the book, Avyakt Murli is that book. So how internally, and that is why Avyakt Murli is a very much relatable to the common person, even a person who is not long time BK. And even if you are reading, that's what I do. And when I give class into the Mandir people, where do you get everyday material, right? I sit with Avyakt Murli, I read one paragraph, and I go on and on and on and on that, and they can relate to it. But Sakar Murli, it's only for the people who have really understood their goal of the life. And our goal, that Manmana Bhav and Madhyaji Bhav, is the goal. And to reach that goal, we need to understand the hardcore, raw, and we call it as a raw material. So that's a raw material, it's a raw form, it's an organic, raw knowledge. If you can digest it, you definitely belong to, even if you forget about the golden age, you definitely would feel and that strength. And because I tell you, Avyakt Murli has helped me, but to overcome yesterday's Murli, when I was reading that Murli, I was saying like, this is the reason I came out of my fear. I used to sit in Baba's room and I used to feel that, oh, somebody will come and pick me up. Somebody will take me away. So this is the Murli I read. And I said, no, I have to be powerful. I am strong. I cannot bow down to anybody's whatever. So yeah, so sister, this both the Murlis, if you are new and if you could go and if you have any nimit whom you can clarify certain things, the more thing for new people, I'm telling you, because we have so many new babies. I have like 60 people. We have a Murli class in the morning. Most of them are, we call it Zoom babies. So they are Zoom babies. So those Zoom babies are so powerful because we are fortunate that we have time, and they ask a lot of questions. And what we do, we after Murli class, whoever wants to go to their work, they can go. But if you are thirsty, get your answers. And after 6-7 months, once you will have your clarity, because unless and until you have questions, you will we cannot able to experience that bliss what Baba is talking about. Because yeah, listening to Murli is good, but experiencing it, feeling it, getting to the core of it, you first need to overcome all your self-doubts, self-questions. And once you come out of it, you go to the deep level of that stability. And that helps you. So I would suggest you go deep and understand. And if you have question, whoever is your nimit, whoever is your Zoom teacher, people will give you time and they will definitely explain you. So you do not have to. So if you are new, I'm saying don't go into this segregation of Sakar Murli and Avyakt Murli and all. No. For you, this is your tonic. For new people, this is the tonic. Get it, absorb it, learn it, understand it. That's it. Do not go and I'm telling you, if you are new people, I'm telling you with my folded hands, हाथ जोड़ के बोलती हूँ, don't analyze it. Do not go and analyze it. Just get that feeling of the power what Baba wants to transmit to you through the Murli. Let it be the one point. That's it. One point is enough. You do not have to gulp the whole Murli. It's not possible, especially when we are going through one consciousness to other consciousness, because consciousness shifting, it takes a lot of time. So we have to be patient, loving, and compassionate with our inner baby. We all have inside a baby. And that's what has happened. In 60th birth, either we twist the baby, we suppress the baby, we pull a lot of ears of our baby, we frighten our baby. So now this baby needs nurturing. And this nurturing is Murli. Avyakta, Sakar, if you are new, don't go into that. For you, this is a time of healing, nurturing. Baba is healing your wound. Baba is healing our wound, which we have accumulated for 63 births. And if I don't sit with my own inner self baby and nurture it, nobody is going to in the world. And that's why it's my journey and Baba's journey. It's me and Baba. Baba is there. He's nurturing me, and I let them do it. I don't act smart. I tell you one practical example. I was just new, and somebody told me, "Oh, you tell Baba everything. He listens to you, and whatever he will say, it will happen. Your all the wishes get fulfilled." I'm like 5-6 months baby. So I did it. I said, "Baba, I don't want to go into that party. And every day morning, Baba, I don't want to go to the party. Baba, I don't want to go to the party. Eventually, my father forced me to go to the party. And then I called my brother, who is my Nimit brother, who brought me into Gyan. I said, like, what you were telling? Your Baba said that you don't want to go, you don't want to do. Baba doesn't. Baba listens to you, and you don't have to worry about it. And I said, why? Nothing. See, I didn't want to go, but I had to go. I was a kid. Now I said that, but at that time I was logical. So my brother said, how many times did you say Baba? I said, so many times. I was reminding, I was making sure that I'm talking to Baba and telling him. He said, what do you think? Who is he? I said, it's God. He said that God only needs one instruction. You do not have to give instruction again and again and again and again, because when you are checking it again and again and again, then Baba said that if you do have doubt on me, then handle yourself. And that day, my penny dropped. You give the thought, you surrender to Baba, and whatever happens, then that meant to happen, that's good for me. That is benevolent for me. And when you take it that way, that's where you are not listening Murli, you are applying Murli. One is to listen to the Murli, and one you are using. Like one in the Murli means early in the morning, when you are listening, you are going to the doctor and taking the medicine. But when the situation comes, you are driving, you are with your colleague, your boss, your patient, and things happen, that's when you take out your medicine and use it. If we want, then we won't know that it's working. So Murli is working or not, that's more important, whether it is Avyakt or Sakar. Make sense?
Well, that's a new dimension that I have got today, Vaishali. Because when people come, I was always told that no, people should go and listen to the Sakar Murlis. But what you said is so powerful that just take even one point, if you take, that is enough. Every day, take one point from the Murli. It is not possible to get everything out of the Murli, but even at least one point of it is taken a day, and that is applied. The dharana of that happens slowly, slowly, slowly. The cut that is there on your soul, that kind of gets greased off. Thank you, Vaishali. That was really, really insightful and helpful. And we have someone, we have a BK Chandan Murli Chintan, I think, from Nepal, who is saying, is this practice of detached observer as self, soul, other soul separating from the soul action?
Sorry, I didn't get.
Yeah, sorry. Is this practice of detached observer as self, separating self, soul, other soul? I don't know if you can explain what you want to ask. I think that will make it more clearer.
Yeah. Om Shanti, sister. As you have been telling that your life experience of your father earlier, so on that note, I am asking that we doesn't entangle the soul actions with the soul itself. So on that note, I want to reassuring and questioning on that your experience, so that I can apply on myself also, because I have a question on myself that being separating soul from the action, and how we can be a trikaldarshi or dibbe buddhi, or to have a parak shakti, like that Baba used to say, that discern power. So is that one at a time, or it is both parallelly we should go on your life? Means I want to ask you about the balancing, seeing one at a soul and seeing other action as a dibbe buddhi or parak shakti, because one wrong action we take, then it will be continue repeating with that soul. So shall we correct ourselves, or we should just be a detached observer and practicing seeing soul? It will be auto correct by a drama? Or on that note, I want to ask how to correlate or parallelly go with that, making a Dibya Buddhi and seeing as a soul. On that note, I'm asking.
Okay, essentially you want to know that how do you discern that this is not this means how you separate from that soul's karma and not get into the karmic cycle anymore and be the detached observer. Okay, I tell you one simple I applied, that if you think it exists, if you don't, it doesn't exist. This is what I applied with my difficult relationship. Whenever I had a karmic relationship, I had to settle. What I did is I tried to having either no conversation or conversation in presence of Baba with that soul. And gradually, I have internally detached myself. Internally detached myself means I would not let my energy, because that's what we teach in and we learn in Rajyoga. Wherever your thought goes, your energy goes, and wherever your energy goes, something grows. So wherever my energy is going, my relationship is continuing. And if my relationship is continuing, positive or negative will happen. So I go more deeper. Again, I go to myself and I choose for myself how long I want to be in this relationship. How do I want to carry out this relationship? Because, okay, your parents, you have no choice. Your friends, you have choice. Your some relatives, you don't have choice. So, and for others, you have choice. But where you do not have choice, we have to first stop having any sort of negative conversation with that soul internally. And what I did personally, being honest with you, I stopped it. And when I stopped it, and I have done with a lot of people, when I stopped it, they are not part of my life. Why? Because I didn't let life, my life go to them. Because that's not, because I'm a finance girl, I do not invest where there is no profit. Simple. If I'm not seeing any profit and any benefit for me for the soul's journey, I don't invest. So that's how you detach and that's how you clear.
So before I hand you over the meditation, I'd like to share a short experience of my own self. Can I do that, Vaishali Ben?
Oh, yeah, sure.
So when I got, I did Raj Yoga first in 2008, and then I became regular since 2000. It's almost 5 years now, 2016. And when I got listening to the Murlis, I would connect with feeling that, like what you said, I used to beat myself up. I used to feel guilty. How many vikars I have. Oh my God, I'm such a bad soul. And all those things. And I actually was very harsh on myself at that time. Okay. Means I run down by my own thoughts. But the point that you shared now is what the sister at the center, she guided me into, is that be very gentle, be very compassionate with your own self. This is not only karmas of your this birth, but the past births, all of that, because this is the last birth, it is all accumulated and it's all getting cleansed. So the more challenges that they show up, the more happy you get that much of karma is getting cut. And that is when I started being gentle, being guilt free, being very compassionate with my own self. And that is what allowed me to start being compassionate and considerate with others. So I just thought, in connection to what you shared, the whole experience just came in front of me. So thank you. I could live that again. Okay, Vaishali, would you like to take up a short meditation, please, before
Yes.
we complete the session?
Yeah, because I have at 5:30 another
Yeah.
session. So consider yourself being happy with yourself. And I'm talking to myself. And allowing my inner baby to feel that warmth, love, gentleness, calmness. I understand you. First, be comfortable. You are okay. It's fine. One step at a time. We have a lot of breaths. So calm down. Nothing is running away. And you do not have to run either. Let me sit with myself gently, peacefully. Feel that grace on my face. Gentle rays from Baba. Touching on my face. That soft touch. And I'm absorbing this gentle love within me. I'm absorbing. And it is spreading away. In each and every cell of my body. Feel Baba's light. And that gentle conversation of my heart. With the one who has made difference in my life. see yourself in the exchange of powerful vibration with Baba.